Have you ever seen someone who wants to save the family, but ends up choosing the exact method that destroys everything? Emmerdale is about to push Jacob into that situation. Just as his career is finally showing a bit of promise, his wife goes and steals a car belonging to his own boss. And the problem isn't simply a car theft, it's a chain of distorted thinking, bottled up pressure, and a relationship slipping off course. The story begins with Cain Dingle. Since Cain was diagnosed with advanced prostate cancer, he has almost shut everyone out and chosen Sarah as the only person he will confide in. Psychologically, this is a very typical clinging to one safe point. When people feel frightened and powerless, they often trust just one person who feels close, unlikely to pity them, and unlikely to force them to be strong in front of everyone else. Sarah becomes Cain's only pressure valve, and because of that, she gets pulled into his emotionally driven decisions. But that's only the first layer. Cain becomes even more helpless as he watches his wife Moira get arrested over charges connected to their former associate Celia Daniels, a character who is dead, yet still leaves consequences behind like a lingering shadow. The key point is that in this picture, Joe Tate is the one who benefits. Joe is the classic rich home farm heir, cold, calculating, and targeting Butler's farm. He's even willing to play dirty by having Robert plant fake documents to frame Moira. And when Joe ramps up the pressure, using Graham Foster to force Cain into selling the farm, Cain doesn't choose negotiation or compromise. Cain is Cain. He responds to threats with a counterstrike, and the counterstrike here is stealing Joe's car. At this point, Emmerdale feels very true to itself. Cain isn't just trying to get revenge on Joe, he's trying to reclaim a sense of control. When illness takes away your control over your own body, and law and scheming take away your control over your family, a reckless act like car theft can give you the feeling of, I can still do something. It's dangerous and wrong, but it delivers an instant psychological hit. Sarah initially joins in for a reason that sounds almost noble, helping her granddad think less about the illness, easing the suffocating money stress. Cain also takes the chance to taunt his enemy by stealing Joe's DeLorean and hiding it in a barn. A fun Back to the Future nod. But then Sarah starts to experience what I'd call the adrenaline intoxication of wrongdoing. The thrill of crossing a line, plus the strange bonding between grandfather and granddaughter during the job. A lot of people miss this, but this kind of bonding through shared wrongdoing is highly addictive. The more you do it, the more you feel like you and the other person are teammates, a shared secret, only we understand each other. And that addiction to the feeling leads Sarah to the worst possible target, her husband's boss's car. Meanwhile, Jacob is at the most sensitive stage of his career. He has just realized that his new boss is Doctor Todd, someone he previously encountered during his placement at Houghton General's A&E. Jacob already carries a professional black mark. He has made mistakes before, like breaching patient confidentiality, and he made some poor decisions after returning to work too soon following the shock of his mother's death. Put plainly, Jacob isn't the perfect doctor type. He's the kind of person trying to stand back up before he's fully healed. In that situation, he needs an environment with some support. But Dr. Todd is the opposite. She isn't the kind of person who overlooks small errors. She scrutinizes Jacob, picks at Jacob, and her return sits inside a new workplace bullying storyline, with Jacob facing a clear power imbalance from management level. Psychologically, this is the formula for making someone collapse. A young employee already doubting himself meets the exact kind of superior who uses perfection as a whip to punish every slip. Then, at the precise moment Jacob needs the least drama possible, Sarah gets cornered by fear of losing everything. She worries that a potential TB outbreak could cost them the farm, and they need money. Fast. Cain said he wouldn't let Sarah get involved in car theft again, but Sarah is the kind of person who becomes more determined when she's forbidden because she wants to prove she can do it. Add financial pressure, fear of the future, and adrenaline she's already tasted, and you get a combination that makes it very easy to rationalize a mistake. I'm doing it for the family. Sarah spots a sports car parked outside the village hall and plans to take off with it, but she's caught red-handed, and the person who catches her is Jacob because the car belongs to Dr. Todd. It's the perfect irony. If you want to support your husband's career, don't steal the boss's car. And the cruel twist isn't just bad luck, it's a slap to Jacob's self respect. He's trying to be serious, trying to rebuild, and the person closest to him turns him into a joke in front of the very person holding power over his professional future. It gets worse. Jacob is already in trouble because Todd overhears him venting about her to Eric Pollard in a moment of frustration. Jacob apologizes, but Todd then announces she has chosen him for her mentorship program. It sounds like a golden opportunity, but for Jacob it feels like a tightening collar. It means he can't avoid Todd, can't breathe without constant scrutiny. After the Sarah incident, that relationship is even more likely to deteriorate. My personal view is that this storyline works because it doesn't turn anyone into a cartoonish pure villain. Sarah isn't inherently bad. She's pressured from all sides and triggered by a misplaced need for control. Cain isn't crazy. He's reacting to illness and loss by chasing power in a toxic way. Jacob isn't a perfect victim. He has flaws, weak moments, and that vulnerability makes him easy for someone like Todd to crush. And Todd, if this is truly a workplace bullying arc, the most frightening part isn't yelling. It's using discipline and standards as a mask to legitimize wearing someone down. So the question now is, what will Jacob do when he's trapped between two jaws? A boss pushing him into endurance mode, and a wife who has created the worst possible scandal. Will he protect Sarah and set his career on fire? Or will he separate from Sarah to save his path as a doctor at the cost of his marriage? And more importantly, will Jacob realize that what is slowly killing him isn't only Todd, but also the fact that he keeps letting everything happen without setting boundaries?